Good morning all, Miguel, Aleixo from BRIK Projects. Hope you're all well. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Australia. I'm actually out for a drive here at Newstead Park, which is actually not too far away from our koala property, just down the road. Sort of stopped here, do the show. So today's show, BRIK Q&A. Our weekly show where we talk about what's happening at BRIK Projects in tokenising Australian property. Probably before we start, sort of reflect on the week and sort of allow some people that might want to join us live, a bit of time to join us live. Today's topic is why use crypto to tokenise real estate. And that sort of came about from a question I had from during the week, a DM. Someone asking, why should I use my crypto to buy tokenized real estate? So we're sort of honing around that theme today. Before we do, sort of reflecting on the past week, what's been happening in terms of us, in terms of just in general, some of the things that we love. Talk about things we love. There was a great song that's from SOS on Side called The Sages, from his brand Strong Island Tribe. Thank you, SOS, musician out of New York, who we love his music, and he does tokenize his music as well as NFTs on the Ravencoin blockchain. So thank you, sir, for allowing us to play your music. It is actually personally one of my favorite songs out of his collection. So we try to play that weekly. Hope you enjoyed that. So reflecting on the brand Strong Island Tribe, that's obviously where we're trying to do here: create a community and at BRIK family, and be on the journey for a very, very long time as a strong tribe. Reflecting on the week. Actually, I put some pin tweets there in terms of the Dolphin property, and also the chat I had with Mark. Chat with Mark Fiddleman in terms of just talking about what's happening, and from our perspective, also in terms of just general tokenized real estate, in terms of talking to some of our colleagues that might be looking at tokenized real estate around the world, in terms of some of the variables and journey and learnings from it, and also people that are looking at buying tokenized real estate, talking to a bit about that as well. So shout out to Mark Fiddleman, thank you, sir. He has got his YouTube channel, Cryptonize, and also he's got his Smart Blocks platform as well. Big advocate in terms of tokenized real estate. So check out his content. He regularly puts content out there, talks to some of the people at the front line in terms of what's happening in tokenized real estate and just tokenized assets in general. What else has been happening? Oh, actually, I must for our English friends out there, commiserations on the first Ashes series. So the first game of the Ashes, which is cricket. For some of you who don't know what cricket is, it's a game that the tradition game, the test game. It goes for 5 days. 5 days, and we were very lucky to win that first game. That finished late last week. So it was a couple of late nights watching that. You can't watch all of it, especially given the time zone. They are playing in England at the moment. So the Ashes series has been held in England. So, commiserations, but fantastic for us Aussies to have won that first game, which is always hard to win any test match against England on England soil. So, commiserations to some of our friends like LSJ, Indy Bowes, Paul out of England. I know Paul does enjoy his cricket. Commiserations, sir, but there's 4 more games to go, so anything can happen, and I think it's going to be a very close series. So, so I think that's some of the things that have been happening throughout the week. Probably just get stuck in today's show. BRIK Q&A. Again, I'm Miguel, Aleixo. I'm the Managing Director and Co-Founder of BRIK Projects. we tokenise real estate properties in Australia. We focus on single family homes, luxury homes, and in specific high-end locations. So we basically break up a property into fractions, what we call tokens, property tokens, and basically those are recorded on a blockchain, and which is a public ledger, and once it's recorded on there, it can't be changed. So any buys and sells of those are recorded and to never be changed on this public ledger that exists. We tokenize on the Ravencoin blockchain. So basically, anybody's got the ability from anywhere in the world to buy tokenized real estate, buy a property token in our property token series. So the BRIK Dolphin, which is a Gold Coast property, that's our latest property. So it's available to anybody to go on our website. Click on the link to our property tokens platform, which we've pinned there, and basically they'll take you to our property tokens platform to be able to subscribe to our platform. It's free, and be able to go there and actually buy buy Dolphin tokens in the Gold Coast property token series. So all our properties are, each token all are $100. So it makes it $100 US. That is all under $100 US. The Dolphin is $80 US. So check it out. Have a look at the content on our website around the Dolphin property. You can see what it's all about. Any questions, DM me. You see the various social media platforms that we are on, but we tend to be very active on Twitter Space. So here is our main social media platform. But you'll see also on our website there's emails and so forth. So any questions? DM me or DM our team. Someone will come back to you and be able to address any of your queries. But yeah, so. That's what we do in our properties. But today's session we're still going to hone in on in terms of the why use crypto to tokenize real estate. Why use cryptos to buy tokenized real estate, and I guess in terms of we all know that the where we are now and more so in future as more people come in and they start using crypto, starting investing in cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, whether it's Ravencoin. So again, it's becoming, there's obviously so many the different types of cryptos. Everyone's got its purpose. But if we have a look in terms of why use crypto to buy tokenized real estate, well, we all know that crypto is just another form of currency. So basically, it's the use of that currency to be able to buy property tokens. So in our case, people use USDC, and also USDC is the stable coin, and also Ravencoin as well. At this stage, we are going to try to open up more and more avenues in terms of other cryptos later on down the track, and more payment channels for people to be able to buy our property tokens. But again, crypto is just a currency to be able to use to buy property tokens. So basically, if someone's trying to buy, and we're not saying that it's going to use your reserves or your stackings. It's basically converting some of your fiat, fitting the crypto to be able to use that crypto to be able to buy tokenized real estate. Whether that's fiat in terms of US dollars, fiat as Australian dollars, or pounds, euros, converting that into a crypto to then use that crypto to be able to buy tokenized real estate. And secondly, in terms of we're not saying to people to basically all the cryptos they got, go and actually put that into tokenized real estate. Or what my thoughts are around that, and the way we try to educate people and provide awareness is that as you're making some great profits in crypto, in trading crypto, park some away. So then basically you're sort of de-risking, parking some of their profits away, and it could be tokenized real estate, it could be other areas. But obviously from a tokenized real estate, it makes sense because we know real estate's long term. and although it's not going to provide the 10x, 100x in the short term, but it certainly gives stability. So always say, have a think about in terms of where you're parking some of your profits, and be able to de-risk in terms of your crypto portfolio. And it probably, as I said, it's the things when I talk about de-risk, it's something that, you know, as a CPA accountant working with businesses and guiding businesses, you know, for almost 30 years, you know, I'm always a big believer in terms of, you know, it doesn't matter what business, where you're making some great profits in the business, and there's obviously some excess cash that's coming through the business, you should be able to de-risk and diversify into other areas in terms of assets, putting into assets that's going to be able to de-risk your business. And again, if crypto is your business, that could be an example in terms of de-risking it, by putting some of their profits into an assets that's going to be hold your long-term growth. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just providing sort of general guidance, general information about in terms of my experiences in general business, and that some of the things that I've seen, and business fundamentals are very similar. Doesn't matter what country, but it's a matter of trying to de-risk and put some into long-term assets that's going to give you those growths. I mean, from our perspective, in terms of our properties that we tokenize, we like to think it's quite a unique model, that once in each series, when people buy our properties, tokens in our properties, there's actually a secondary asset in there because we don't pay rent out to the token holders. That each month the net rent that's generated from each property is actually invested into a crypto portfolio. So again, you are going to, within the actual property token series, it's going to have an accumulating portfolio of cryptos that's held in there long term and accumulating. So at the same time, you actually are being exposed to the cryptos. So again, we're going to just be focusing on blue chip cryptos in the portfolio. So basically, not only have the primary asset in terms of being the property that's going to be growing over time in terms of the value, especially here in Australia, the properties that we focus on in terms of some of the variables that are happening here with migration from other states, migration from other countries, migration, expats coming back, and also the 2032 Olympics that we have here. So there's some great variables in play that's going to be sort of pushing our properties more in terms of what has happened in the past. Our properties here, residential properties, tend to double up in value every 10 years. That's always the fundamentals of real estate property here. But given these extra variables in play, there's going to be obviously much greater growth over the next 10 years in terms of property, given those variables I previously mentioned. So again, as I said, the property token series, using the Dolphin property token series as an example, it's got the primary property in there, a newly built home that will be finished by the end of this year, and also it's got the crypto portfolio, an accumulating crypto portfolio that starts at zero to start off with, and then basically with each net rent every month, it's obviously going to be growing every month with the crypto that's using the net rent to buy the crypto portfolio. So again, that's a great way to have that property exposure to cryptos within that series. But yeah, so that's as I said, as somebody that's sort of looking at, we've made some great profits in the crypto market. Just look in terms of how you might de-risk if you're sitting on some great profits. Again, it's one of those things when the markets are really high, you can't get too greedy, and even when the markets are low, you sort of got to be a bit more sensible how things progress, and making sure that the right decisions are made in terms of the crypto portfolio. So that's sort of the things I wanted to talk about today. Around in terms of why I use crypto to buy tokenized real estate. Then, as I said, you're buying into a property, a tokenized property that's going to be held long term, and basically that's going to give you the stability in terms of how that property's value continues to go up, but not in a volatile way compared to other assets that are obviously more volatile, like for example the crypto market. So again, we continue to say that blockchain cryptos is actually the environment we operate in every day, and so we get it. I personally have a crypto portfolio myself. I get it, but again, it's just providing some options that people are able to diversify and be able to, for a very a low amount, to be able to accumulate, property tokens in various parts of the world. Because obviously it's not just us doing it; it's our colleagues around the world, in the US, in Europe. So it's a matter of just having the ability now to provide to have access to a very diversified, real estate portfolio that through fractions and can be anywhere in the world. So so I hope you enjoy that in terms of getting that understanding in terms of where we come from and how cryptos can be used to really diversify your portfolio of assets, and using tokenized real estate as the new way for people to have access to real estate that otherwise they might not have in the traditional real estate world. So look, thank you for listening. It has been recorded. We do share out a recording of the show, weekly show, through our other social media platforms like YouTube and Spotify. So same time, same place next week. Actually, today's show was on a Sunday, so again, we're just sort of seeing if people prefer Saturdays or Sundays in Fridays or Saturdays if it's in the US or Europe. Here in Asia, Australia, it's today's Sunday. So again, it's just providing a bit of a few different options for people if they want to listen live. And all for today. Take care. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, and more next week. Bye for now.